So נתיבות שלום על התורה, ספר בראשית, פרשת, ויגש. מיד אחי מיד עשיו, right? So last week Parashat, Yaakov escaped, flee, left Lavan on his way back home. And now he's going to meet Esav, right? Esav was waiting for him. His brother never forget, right? That he wants to get even for the brachot that Yaakov allegedly stole from him, which was not true, but how can you argue with a wicked person? So, Yomer Yaakov, right? And Yaakov say to Hashem, Elokei Avi, Avraham, right? My father Avraham and my father Yitzchak, save me from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esav. Because I'm afraid, I fear him. When Yavo v'ikani al banim, he's going to kill the mothers and the children. Yeah, nothing changed, right? All these wicked, vicious terrorists, wicked demons always wants to kill and do bad things. So Yaakov was afraid. He was worried from his own brother, from the hand of Esav, because he's going to murder the mothers and the children. So we need to explain. As our sages says, and the other interpreter says, Inyan umro pa'amayim, when he says twice, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esav. So it was enough to say, save me from the hand of my brother Esav. Why you need to say twice hand? Also, why you need to say Achi Esav, my brother Esav? We know that who is your brother. You just need to say my brother or Esav. So we learn in Chassidut, and now we're going to switch it from that story to how we can take it for our work, right, serving Hashem. And it says, Vayar Yaakov me'od. Yaakov was afraid. Vayitzar lo, he was very stressed. Vayachatz et ha'am, and he was splitting the people with him to two camps. Vayomer, and he said, Im yavo Esav lemachane echad, if Esav will come to one, and chas v'chalila will strike them, and the other machane, the other camp, the other group of people will survive. So he said, his fear, main fear, he was scared from the strengths or the forces of the other side of the Sita that came to fight him with a mighty force. As the angel, the messenger that he sent, they came back to him and said, yeah, we saw him, we saw Esav, he came with 400 people, right? Terrorists. Which means the entire chariot of the Tuma is coming to fight the Gedusha. And for that, Yaakov was afraid. And so he split the people to two camps. Why? This is like two contexts or two aspects or two paths in Avodat Hashem. So there was one camp or one group of people of serving Hashem, which they are absolutely dedicated to Hashem. And they're shaking off everything that's related to this Gashmiut world, to the physical world. And they're dealing only with Torah and Avodah, davening, sacrificing, learning. As the Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai said, that our sage says in Sefer Brachot, in the Gemara, many tried like Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, that he was 100% dedicated for the Torah, but they couldn't. Why? Because the evil inclination is trying really harder in these mighty big people that they really try to get only to the Torah. So the evil inclination is try harder. He want to stop them. So he put in their head bad thoughts and to be biased about something, etc., etc. Or even the evil inclination is try to trick them and said, wow, you're going to be a big Rav, and then you're going to use it, you can make money, you can get kavod, etc. So the more a person wants to be dedicated his life to the Torah, the evil inclination will try harder to fail him. And the second camp, the second group, they also walk in the path of Hashem, but in a simple way. They're dealing with the matters of this world, and they're also serving Hashem in these two things, Torah and Avodah, and also in this world. Like basically us, this is us. We're living this life, we work, pay the bills, learning Torah, go to shul, keeping Shabbos, etc. As the Rav HaKadosh Magid Mezrit Zechutó Agel said, Mala Aretz Kinyanecha. Right? So the Aretz, the land, the planet, whatever, is filled with your possessions. So the Aretziyut, Aretz, earth, is the Gashmiut is full of kinyanim, possessions that we can actually acquire spiritualism using these material things. That in all the inyanim agashmim, all in the material things, eating, drinking, and whatever the body needs, we can actually acquire metaphorically Hashem, which is spiritualism. And this is the thing of the second camp, that they didn't shake off this world, but they're aiming to do things with this physical world to appease Hashem, to please Him. לעשות נחת רוח להשם יתברך. And therefore it says, if Esav will come for the first one, which are only Torah and Avodah, then the second one will survive, which means המחנה האחת, that one. So it said, these are the ones that actually are under risk. So yes, we said that the ones that are only Torah and Avodah, the evil inclination is try harder, but the one that dealing with this world and the Torah and Avodah, they have more temptation, they have more opportunities or negative opportunities. So they are in a danger to fall in the hand of the evil inclination. כמו שהחוזר, and he was repeating, מרן אדמו"ר בעל בית אברהם, צריך לפרגנו in the name of הרב הקדוש, רבי זאב מז'יבריז' זכותו צדיק לברכה. He said, כשם שעל לימוד תורה, אמרו חז"ל, לעולם יעסוק בתורה שלו ישמע. So he said about the learning Torah that a person should do even not for Shem Shamayim, whatever reason he is learning Torah, but later on he will do it for Shem Shamayim. It will come. It will come. So he said it's the same way, but opposite in this world. שמתוך לשמה, בא שלא לשמה. And he said, the first the person said, wow, I want a very reliable, strong car because I want to drive Rabbanim to Shurim. So this is for Shema. This is for Shem Shamayim. But then he started to enjoy the car and he's like the gaiva, etc., etc. So he's falling. So at the beginning it started with Shema and then eventually it ended up without not the Shema. Because he was withdrawn after his pleasures, desires, etc., etc. And this is also the explanation of the tefillah of Yaakov's davening when he says, the God of my father Abraham and the God of my father Yitzchak, save me from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esav. So his main davening was also on that camp, the one that are dealing with this world, not only the one that are dealing only with the Torah because they're in a high risk and probably Esav, he wants to stop it, but also the people that live this world and learning Torah because they're in a higher danger. And for them, Yaakov was davening to save them, save me from the hand of my brother Manu Esav. Why? Because at the beginning, it's my brother, which is they doing like Leshma, like Yaakov Avinu. So they're together. But then, Chas v'Chalila, they're falling b'shelo Lishma. And the lo Lishma, it's like Esav. So again, so he was davening for the group of the people that are dealing with this world and Torah, because first he said the spiritual thing is like my brother. They're my brother. We are in the same goal with the same agenda. But Chas v'Chalila, because they are in a high risk, then it's possible that they will turn to be like Esav. And that's why I was davening for them. And also we need to say about the double, when he said for the hand of my brother, for the hand of Esav. So he was davening for the two camps, the one that are only Torah and Avodah, and the one that are this world and Torah and Avodah. And we said here, already repeating it, that the Machaneh Oskim Rak B'Torah Avodah, the evil inclination is also getting very strong into the one that doing only Torah and Avodah because it doesn't like it. But at the beginning, the evil inclination appeared to be like my brother. He let them do the Torah and Avodah. But then he started to fool them, to trick them, give them bad thought, etc., etc. Yeah, you're so great, you're a big Rav. Maybe that one is not. Maybe the Chazal didn't mean to do this. Maybe they didn't want to do that, etc., etc. And in the Torah Tavot, it says, the name of the Rav HaKadosh, Saba Kadosh Lochovich, in the explanation about Soncha Miyad Gozizim. your sheep from the hand of the one that cut the wool. So he said, now we're going to learn some farming. So to be shepherd. So the shepherd let the tzon, the herd, lamb, right, sheep, they let the wool to grow as much as possible. So then they can actually cut it, shave it all at once. That's the analogy. That's the mashal. And the nimshal is this is the evil inclination. He lets you do many things, but then he's capturing like a big thing, a big fish. So he says, כדי שלבסוף יתפסנו ברשתו, that he will caught in the net by having bad thoughts and to be biased and he take everything at once. And I can share you with a story with somebody that I know that he was a Baal Tshuva, he was Mitkarev, and he started to dive an early in the morning nets, and he started to learn more and more and more and more. He took more things on himself in a short time. And we said, look, it's not good. You have to do it slowly. Take it easy. Things that come slowly remain for a long time. Things that come immediately do not last. And he said, no, no, no. And he go to the shul and was driving every day, like 20 minutes to get to the minyan, and was there, and one day, like it took short months after, he went again totally off the derech. Because the evil, he said, I could not take it anymore. Because the evil inclination was like inspiring him to do so many things and to take so many things. So eventually he burned out. So this is exactly what he says here. So that evil inclination is giving you and giving you and giving you and giving you on the spiritual level. And then to take everything at once. So we need to take it slowly, easy. And say that this is what he wants to do. So that was the machaneh, that the one that only learning Torah. Toskim b'Torah v'avodah. That evil inclination wants to capture them by planting bad thoughts and gaiva, etc. But the other camp, the one that are dealing with this world and the spiritualism, he asked, save me from the hand of Esav. Because for the first camp, he pretend to be like brother, but is an enemy. Now we know that he is an enemy. So he says why? Because in the beginning, they want to do Shem Shamayim. Yes, we know that this world and all the desires, everything like that, and we're trying to walk between the drops. But we're doing it for Shem Shamayim at the beginning. But there is lots of risk here. And then Esav will come. Then Yakani Am Em Al Banim. So he will beat or strike the mother on the children. So mother in Kabbalah is the thinking, right? It's not the physical mother. Thinking, because a female multiply. So when we think about things, sometimes our thoughts are multiply, or sometimes they are outcome from our thinking. So it's something that is getting outcome from it. So in Hasidut, in Kabbalah, mother, is metaphorically to thinking, and the sons are actually the action or the outcome of the thinking. So the camp that dealing with this world and Torah and Avodah, the main goal of the evil inclination is to try to catch them in the thought, in the thinking, and to plant pniot and geut, again, gaiva, to be biased, thinking bad about, negative about Rabbanim, Lashon Hara, etc. So for that he asked mercy on the mother, which is the thinking, and the banim, the children, which is the outcome. So he's asking for, so they will not fall into the hand of Esav. And another way we need to say, Atzilani miyad Esav, save me from the hand of Esav, from the hand of my brother, the hand of Esav. He said it's known that the worst shell, or the negative things, is the mixing good with the bad. Right? Before the Chet Adam Rishon, before they eat the fruit from the forbidden tree, the good and the bad were not mixed. You could identify it very easily, distinguish between the good and the bad. This is good, this is bad. But after the Chet, they were mixed, so you don't know really now what is good and what is bad. Right? Hashem, he created the light and the darkness, peace and evil. And the good and the evil, in their source, they are all creation of Hashem. As in the Navi, it says in Yeshaya, Yotzer or uvorecho, shechoseh shalom uvorei ra. creating the light, the darkness, making peace, and creating the evil, the bad. I am Hashem doing all of this. But in the creation of the world, they were separated. And the evil was created only to increase the good, but it was easy to distinguish. And the blemish was the etzadat. The outcome from that was mixing the good and the bad. And therefore, since then, we have that show that negative forces, the other side, trying to trick us, but now it's very difficult because they're using the good, mixing with the bad. Who knows what is good, what is bad? And this is the worst show. And only said in the time of Mashiach, then will be the final sifting, sorting out. They will separate between the good and the bad. And the whole world could come for its fix. The spirit of the impurity, Hashem will going to remove from the land. As is hinted in Masechet Sanhedrin, and Ben David Ba, right? The Mashiach of Ben David is not coming only when the entire generation have the merit. Or in a generation that nobody have a merit. Like it's an extreme. Or everybody have a merit or nobody have. Then Mashiach will come. And he said it's like a wonder, it's a question. What? So after all of these thousands of years that we're waiting for the tikkun of Mashiach ben David, then he will come only when the generation is all chayav. So he said, yes, indeed, the kavana, the aiming for here, that the tikkun at the time will be that it will be distinguished and it will separate the good and the bad. And Ben David and the Mashiach Ben David will come only when a person will be or good or bad. And when he will come, then he will do the sorting, then there will be no one that is already mixed with the good and the bad. It was all going to be separated. And only then we can have the final fix. But as long as it's mixed, this is the worst blemish. And we can see that many times we think that we're doing a mitzvah, and actually it's the total opposite. So the evil inclination was mixing the good with the bad, and he said, yeah, this is a good thing to do, but it's not. Very tricky. Very tricky. And therefore we find in the Torah that every time it says Esav, it says my brother. But Esav is the evil one, and my brother is the good one. As it says in the beginning, Vishlach Yaakov malachim lefanav ve'esav achim, that he sent angel to Esav, his brother. It's known that Esav is the brother. So why you said Esav is the brother? And also when they come back, they said, we came to your brother Esav. So first it was, right, Esav, brother, and then they come to brother Esav when they came back. So he said that he had only one brother. We know who is Esav, and we know who is his brother. It's the same person. So why it's first it was Esav, a brother, and then when they came back, it was brother and Esav, because Esav had a good part of a brother. His brother is taking care of the other brother. And also there was a bad part of Esav, the wicked part. And therefore, Vayav Yitzchak et Esav. So Yitzchak, the father, loved Esav. Why? Because Yitzchak saw only the good part of Esav. He didn't see the bad part. Again, of course he saw that, but he knew that the tikkun of the world will come from Esav because he's a good and bad, and Yaakov is all good, so he's not shaykh to this world. But if he was all bad, Yitzchak wouldn't love him. And this is what Yaakov asked for. Save me from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esav, from that mixing the good and the bad, the klipa, the shell of the mixing of the good and the bad, which is the worst one. And that was his main fear. Vayar Yaakov מאוד ויצר לו, he was stressed from that. So even though he was able to mitgaber, to overcome the shell, the klipa of Lavan, that he wanted to uproot everything, but you know that Lavan is all bad. And it says, Im Lavan garti v'acharadata, but here Yaakov was very afraid because he's his brother. He also have a good part. Who knows if you really mean it or not? Because it's mixed. You don't know. You always trust your brother. He's my brother. Brother that wants to kill him. Right? So he didn't know exactly what's going on. And it says in the Holy Book, and that was the blemish of the one that are dealing with the Torah and Avoda, but they're biased. They have a pniot. They have a negiot. They don't do it with a complete heart or Shem Shamaim. They do it for whatever negative reason. And he says when a Jew, Chas v'chalila, is doing a sin, it's like he's building the crown for the evil inclination. But it's a very filthy crown, very dirty crown. Right? This is when he's doing a sin. But the one that is doing Torah and Avodah, learning, davening, with bad thought and about, you know, people, Rabbanim, etc., then he's like giving a very nice crown with jewelries and pearl to the Sitra Achra, not a dirty crown. So when a Jew is doing an Avera, it's a dirty crown. But when you have Gaiva and you have Machshavot Ra'ot, bad thought, he's building up a very nice crown, a very fancy crown. And that's the most blemish. And the strength of Yaakov was that he was increasing the good on the bad, even the one that is mixed with the good. He was trying to get harder. As it says, when he was fighting with the angel, just before the sunrise, the angel told him, that you were, you know, you were ruling over people with Hashem and people, and you could make it. So, just to recap, Yaakov was he was davening to Hashem to save him from the hand of his brother, from the hand of Esav. He was splitting the camp, the people that he had to two. Basically, from the Hasidut, we learned that there are two paths of serving Hashem. One is to dedicate our life only to Torah and Avodah. It's a risk because of the evil inclination, but the higher risk is the one that are actually living in this world, working, doing these things that relate to this world, and also they're learning Torah and Avodah, and over there, the evil inclination is trying really harder because now we have the good mixed with the bad, and this is the Esav. So we know that we need to do things for Shem Shamayim. So people say, yeah, I will eat, so I will have strength to serve Hashem. I go to work, so not only to pay my bill, I can buy a very mehudar tefillin, talit, I can donate money, I can help people. But then eventually he will be withdrawn and going after the desires and the bad things, and that's the high risk. So Yaakov Avinu was asking Hashem to save him from both and to make sure that we will survive. Thank you for listening. And I think we're going to have a break in our learning for 2 weeks or something like that. Yes.
Somebody's going away, huh?